Alright, now that Mjolnir has been buffed and I've tested it out a little bit, and it is actually strong enough to try to make a build around, I decided to try to get a little bit tanky. I had another item that got buffed, which is Comb's Heart. I hit this with the Divine, got it up to the 1500 life, and so now I have a big old fat stack of life. I can't use any spirits, so I do lose a ton of damage, and I wanted to pair this with a Zoph's Blood, because Zoph's Blood has 18% increased maximum life, which is going to pair nicely with this 1500 damage. Gives me a big old fat life pool, makes me pretty damn tanky. And I wanted to be tanky to do some simulacrums, because I've only done one. So I'm going to run a simulacrum, I'm going to run a BrEEECh, I'm going to run a few boss maps, and I think I have a stone temple I'm going to run. And I'm converting everything to fire. Now, you lose a lot of damage when you convert everything to fire because it wants you to use the lightning damage, and you don't really gain any fire damage on the tree. This is the only fire nodes I'm taking, but I can grab some fire in my rings. A 36% increased fire here, and a 21% increased fire here, which does pump now both my physical attacks and all of my lightning spells. But you're better off not doing this, but I really did want to pair the 18% life and the 1500 life. So I wanted to pair those two together, so I did kind of force it to be a fire build, and it's not as good as a fire build, but I ran a few maps. I was able to get to 57 experience before, I decided to start recording, so it hasn't died yet, but I haven't done any in-game content. Real quick, I'm grabbing a bunch of these life regeneration nodes to pair with the life, which is going to give me 500 life regeneration per second, which is about 10%, which is pretty high in Path of Exile 2. Low life damage is primarily where I'm getting my damage from, getting some attack speed and a little bit more damage on bosses here. I really did wish I had one more node for this 24% increased damage against rares. I could strip it from the attack speed, but the attack speed is kind of assisting on the meme of exploding things on everything. I went ahead and picked up one of these for one divine, giving me 8% of damage taken from mana before life. Might as well. I'm not using my mana for anything, so it might as well act as additional health pool, which is pretty nice. And then I got Hefty Unit, which is giving me stun threshold for strength. I have 300 strength, so that's quite a bit of stun threshold. In the previous build, which wasn't a build, I was just testing out Mjolnir, one of the weaknesses was getting stun locked and being stunned a lot. So I wanted to fix that, and I did. And that's pretty much the setup. Nothing really spectacular. This is allowing me to grab those without having to path into them. And then I just have a few of these. This is a meta, and that's it. I thought I had another one. And then damage from mana before life. So I'm getting 12% of damage from mana before life. And if you look at my mana and my life, my mana is pretty close to 10% of my life. It's actually right about 12. So if I get a big old huge hit that is more than 5,350, it will go to that mana and pretty much save my life on really, really big hits. It's also pretty good for really rapid hits because my mana regeneration is pretty fast. And, it's a pretty good little defensive layer. So let's go ahead and do a Stone Citadel. Extra crit bonus. That might be dangerous if you can crit me more. More life. Cast speed, attack speed. Yeah, we'll just do that one. Attack speed can be pretty dangerous on these guys, and might die. I haven't run an Iron Citadel in over a month, so I don't even remember what the boss looks like. But let's do this. Leroy Jankum. In my Mjolnir, I am running Ball Lightning, Lightning Warp, and Arc, pairing that with Execution for 50% more damage. It's kind of cool because it flings you around the map every now and then. I'm using Trample Toe because this is actually a build, and you kind of always want to use Trample Toe. If I remember, I'm going to switch over to the Lightning Shock Boots for the boss, so I can shock him up. Because Trample Toe is not really needed for the boss. And as a fire build, I can't really shock, and when you have shock on an enemy, the arc does a little pop, and that arc pop is pretty strong. So the shock boot should help pretty good. Assuming I can get the boss on him. It does look like just a Mjolnir build, Leap Slam Mjolnir build, so let's do some swing in here. The enemies just don't survive long enough to demo that, you know, it kind of works. So when we get to the boss, you'll see the Mjolnir is actually popping off pretty good. I might do one more build. Getting a little bored of Monster Train 2, so I might do one more build because I'm having a lot of fun playing it. Path Pixel 2 just always feels really good to play. So I might do one more build by getting rid of the straight fire damage, which will give it more damage overall. It'll give a little bit more life, but if I do well in terms of survivability, my next thing to boost will obviously be my damage. And, you know, if I can sacrifice a little bit of survivability for damage, I'm definitely going to do that. But first I have to see if I can actually sacrifice survivability for damage. These are very awkwardly placed. Let's do one there. Probably shouldn't have ran it. I'm trying to use that to give me a little bit of life regeneration. I should probably put rage in there, but I don't really care enough to actually, you know, min-max it. I rarely care enough to do the full min-maxing, unless I'm going to play it for a lot longer. So I'm just kind of dicking around here. Looks like it's a stuttering a bit with OBS now too, which it didn't used to do. That might be the HDR. Actually, I think I have the HDR turned off because I was playing on my laptop. Hold on. We might see the video change in terms of quality. Yeah, let's turn that back on. Excellent. I don't know if it made any difference on your end, but it looks much better on my end. Got that BrEEECh. Got that BrEEECh. Got that BrEEECh. BrEEECh is so fantastic now. Now that you don't have to pick up all the pieces and they spawn right under your feet. So damn good. See, it definitely clears maps pretty good, but as does every Trample Toe Shockwave, Trample Toe Leap Slam build. But you're able to use it a lot more effective just because you just got so much more damage. I don't know how much of an increase that damage is on the Mjolnir, but it's pretty huge. Just in the raw physical damage, which applies to Leap Slam, it's pretty damn huge. 50 BrEEECh Splinters. I'd say that's about, maybe average is probably about 60, 70, kind of depends on the map. I've gotten up into the hundreds before. Alright, is this where the Stone Boy is? Nope, that is not where the Stone Boy is. Simulacrums. See, so far I'm averaging about 20 of simulacrums dropping, which is pretty good. I imagine I'll get a ton more as I level it up, which I haven't really done yet. So we'll see how this does on a level 2 simulacrum. nice and slow, but you can do it. I have faith in you. You can find where the Stone Citadel boy is. There he is. And let's put on my other boots because Trample Toe is useless for the boss, and we might as well be getting our shock on. Giving him that shocker. Just in case he has some commands I have to follow. Like, dodge me now or die. Yeah, that worked pretty well. That was pretty good, right? It felt pretty good. It looked pretty good. Seemed like it worked pretty well. Can't really complain too much. Let's put the tramp toes back on. See what kind of loot we got. Dog shit. Dog shit. Dog shit. Dog shit. Dog shit. Close that so my loot don't go in it. Alright, let's do a simulacrum. I'm most excited for the simulacrum because... Wait, did I get a... I always forget if I get a clear on that. Okay, yeah, it's cleared. Or if there's something else I have to do. But it might just be the towers. Sometimes you kill the boss on the tower, and then you gotta go back in to actually touch the tower. Right there, realm gate. Let's put this bad boy in there, and let's party. See how good this does on a... I think it's gonna be a level 2 simulacrum. And this is what I had in mind for the build, so this really is a test of, you know, whether my build idea works with the thick life and convert everything to fire. Because these bad boys, having a big old thick life pool can be pretty damn good. I've never actually gotten this all the way to level 4. Because towards, I think, like tier 14 or tier 15, I'll get surrounded and it just gets pretty damn rough. And I usually don't have quite enough of a life pool, and I end up getting like stun locked or frozen. Something makes me have a bad time. It just forces that bad time upon me, even though I want a good time. Here we move in. Oh, nope, it's right up here. No reason to use my wrist and make all that noise when I can just wait until all the enemies are out. Does it show my light? Yeah, life recovery is pretty damn strong when I'm in there. 1300. That's pretty high on top of the leap slam. And the thing kind of stacks on each other. Puts a lot of life regen on it, so it's pretty safe to drop those bad boys and then leap slam on top. And give you just a big old life regen pool. Biggity bam, leap slam. I might as well just stay on it, you know what I mean? Little security blanket. You see my mana draining? That's all from taking damage. None of that is from spell usage. I got life tap on my leap slam, and Mjolnir no longer takes mana, and neither does Mace Strike. I mean, this does, and so does my curse. Takes a ton of mana, but that's not where it's dropping. It's dropping from damage. I might even need some clarity, but I do like watching my mana drop instead of my life drop. It's pretty great. Little defensive layer. I could have shopped around and got a much better Megalomaniac, but you know, stun and defense is kind of what I'm looking for to be able to do these. I have my increased duration on the curse. I probably ought to put it on the Orb of Storms. Why not? I'm not even sure the curse is worth it. I haven't really paid a lot of attention to how elemental resistances and element damage mitigation works in this game, with the penetration and the exposure and then the curse. I know the exposure and the curse go together, and I'm not sure if I have any penetration. It's probably fine to run the curse. Probably helps quite a bit. And when I say fine to run the curse, there's a... Ooh, we got some big boys. Let's fuck them up. Let's fuck them up. I fucked them up too fast. There's a time cost for everything, right? So when I say that, it's the time cost of me casting the curse, taking all this time to drop an E, worth casting the curse, or is it worth hitting 4 more times? Oh, nice. So I could probably attack 3 times in the time it takes to cast the curse. I think all the unique boots are pretty trash, so that's probably pretty trash. Oh, we got another fat boy. I want to hit him with the curse just to see what's gonna happen. Cursed him up. Oh fuck, he died in 1 hit. That was rude. Fucking trample toe. I mean, you could fall and die. There you go. Am I going down more? I don't know why they decided to let you move around. All of that does is make it take more time, which is probably exactly why they did it. Instead of, you know, you being able to do it in just one spot, you have to walk around, which means you have to take more time, which means you're getting more loot, which means you're playing the game more. And by playing the game more, I mean you're in the game for longer hours. So that way you're playing the seasons longer. I do feel they deliberately added a lot of time wasters in this game in that fashion that Path of Exile 1 just does not have. Now with Trample Toe, when the enemy is killed with Trample Toe, I feel it actually doesn't trigger the spells from Mjolnir that often. Because it's actually the explosion from Trample Toe that's getting the kill, so it's not proccing Mjolnir nearly as much as you would expect. But it procs a lot more when you remove Trample Toe. It's either that or when the enemy dies, it don't proc. always fun too, because you'll just randomly be teleported somewhere else on the map sometimes. Always good for, you know, motion sickness and character control. Like that. Keeps it interesting. Thanks for wasting my time and make me walk all the way around over to here. Appreciate it. Ooh, I got stunned. Got stunned again. Or that could be block recovery. Hard to say. Ow, flashbang. Oh shit. They got some kind of mod that hurts. 23% more monster damage. Maybe bleed. Oh, that guy just fucking instantly died. They need to have the fucking white mobs replace those guys. White mobs are where the danger is. These ones are weird. I can never tell, like, when I'm gonna die playing these ones. Like, what damage mods are gonna do it. Oh, it's that extra damage as chaos that's probably hurting. Like, chaos resistance isn't capped. Sometimes the mod you get on these will just brick your shit. It's got free charm slots. Might as well. Oh, you're gonna make me fucking migrate again? What am I, some kind of migratory bird? Two more waves. Fat boy. Can't see shit. Can't see shit. Oh, it's got 3 charms as well. Maybe they'll be lucky charms. See, if you didn't see what I did there, I said there's 3 charms on there, and there's a brand of cereal called Lucky Charms. So I made a little reference to the cereal brand in saying that maybe they'll be lucky. See, it goes pretty fucking ham, don't it? It goes pretty fucking ham. When it pops off, it's just like explosion, explosion, explosion. Cream jeans, cream jeans, cream jeans. But it is only a level 2, so these probably get much harder. And I don't have a lot of experience with things to get much harder. A little harder, yeah, but much harder? I don't know, that's not my area of expertise. Talking about wieners. Oh, these guys are hitting pretty hard. Making me a little puckerish, a little nervous. Oh, we got Fat Man again. What's up, Fat Man? Let Jesus take the wheel. Are you dead, Fat Man? Oh, you're not dead. I thought you died. Dunzo. Cleared. Yeah, that was level 1. Crosshair cap. I'm not sure I've ever seen that. Iron rings all glowy. Let's pick that up. Gain tailwind on critical hit normally than once per second. Lose all tailwind when hit. Interesting. Are you worth anything? 3 exalts. You are not. Fucking disrespecting me. 3 exalt drop? What you thinking? What you thinking? They were not Lucky Charms. Wait, was that one a Lucky Charm? No, it was not a Lucky Charm. Biggity bam. And now we'll do a BrEEECh. Get my handy. Put my handy in the hole. Handy hole. Oh no, it's going too fast. Leaving me behind. This performance of this game has never been satisfactory for me. It's almost like they're forced to hire New Zealanders, and New Zealanders are not very good programmers. Because there's not a lot of them. We got like fucking 20 million people that live in New Zealand or some shit. It's less than one of America's states. And getting a talent pool out of just that, gotta be difficult. This is a level 4. So this boss I am not good at, don't have memorized. Last time I fought him, I died to his little finger lick. His little finger flick thing, and I didn't dodge it. It's just like, whatever, I'm gonna let it hit me, and it hit me, and it killed me. And you only got 1 attempt on this bad boy. So we'll see how I do. Let's pause music in case he has a auditory clue for when he's gonna finger flick at me. And switch my boots over. And let's fucking get this party started. Throw a couple volumes on there so I can hear him say, "I'm gonna finger flick ya." Come on, get out of your hole, you penis head. Okay, here's the deal. I am gonna fuck you up. You're gonna let me do it, and you're gonna fucking like it. That's the thing that got me last time. I have no idea if this is good damage, if this is bad damage, or what. Because I haven't really watched a lot of people play this game and seen what they're doing. You know what I mean? So I have no frame of reference as to how good or bad this build is doing right now. I have frame of reference for how good or bad I'm doing, but not so much the build. Feels like it's tanky, but I only have myself to reference. Oh, that's the finger flick that got me last time. Ow, ow, I'm frozen. I'm frozen. I'm frozen. I'm frozen. There's all kinds of shit going on. Why you gotta be a dick like that, brah? Oh, what the fuck was even that? Okay, yeah, I just gotta memorize what this dude... I know he does a hand thing, but I couldn't fucking see anything. There's too much goddamn chaos going on the screen. So for that guy, it feels like DPS is king. You just want to stack a bunch of DPS, so this build is not great for that. Seems like it's pretty good for Simulacrum, though. Seems like it kicks a lot of ass for Simulacrum. I'll just do another, like, big boss map, and that'll be it. That will be it. Chaos damage. If that hits with chaos resistance, that can be pretty hot. That could also be pretty hot. So let's see if it does hit with chaos resistance. Aww. Aww. Sell those both up. Yeah, in order to beat that boss, I don't know why I did that. This is not where I put these. I put these with the big dogs. On the big tab. So in order to do a level 4 BrEEECh, you'll have to pump up your damage. I don't think you can pump up your defense enough to where you can just mitigate and ignore a giant hand falling from the sky. Or you can, you know, pay attention and somehow gain vision into a game that has blocked all your clarity. Let's find some thick boy maps. Yeah, that's a thick boy boss right here. We got a extra damage is cold. Should be fine. Let's put my tramp damp back on. Hit the tunes again. Find that. It had a BrEEECh? Yeah, it's got a BrEEECh. Let's find that BrEEECh hole. Oh, I can't play you. You're gonna get yelled at. You're gonna be copyright struck. I got these YouTube mixes that I try to do just video game music on, but every now and then some real music will sneak in. seems to be good enough. For bosses, for me a build to be good enough is killing it before the boss does like his main big attack. And his main big attack on that guy is his rock throw, and I got him done before the rock throw during a delirium. So yeah, the damage for regular mapping and Citadel bosses looks pretty good. But a level 4 handy boy, not quite. Which means I would consider this almost in-game, not quite. Probably would suck for Arbiter, unless of course you're good at the game, right? But I ain't gonna work on my skills right now. I ain't gonna work on the skills. I work on the skills at the beginning of a league because, you know, I'm usually under-geared and underpowered. So I have to learn the bosses in order to get past them. But I've already cleared a level 4 BrEEECh boy, so I'm not gonna fucking maintain them skills as I move on to other games. I'm gonna let that shit fall out of their memory banks. I don't feel like putting shit down. I missed the big bomb. Maybe there is a big bomb, and I just don't have it. And I just don't find them very useful. Could be again, because I don't have them all upgraded all the way, because I need to run the logbooks. And the logbooks seem to have like a random chance for the boss. I didn't get the delirium with the BrEEECh. That was close, there's the BrEEECh. Let's get this BrEEECh fucking stat. Get these fucking handies. Trying to get this other side in time. $60 BrEEECh splinters. Excellent. Might as well follow this boy. He's gonna lead me to something good. He didn't lead me to shit. Yeah, that one's kind of big. I'm just looking for a couple big boy bosses. Well, that one's a big boy boss. Let's ditch Trample Toe for this one so you can experience it without it. Ooh, we got that BrEEECh without Trample Toe. Let's see if we can do it. This is where the enemies build up a ton. And sometimes they get a little unruly. It looks like it's clearing them out good enough. There's very little reason not to use Trample Toe, especially because all the other gear that I have, especially the Mjolnir, is significantly expensive. So if you can afford a Mjolnir, you can afford a Trample Toe. It'd be nice if the white mobs gave more power, but they just don't. That's why you have to use, you don't have to use, but you want to use something like Leap Slam, something that hits a big AoE, because they just don't give enough power if you don't. Ooh, that was a very low BrEEECh count. Trample Toe helps out a ton on the BrEEECh. I'm gonna have to replay Path of Exile 1. Another reason I'm doing a Cyclone Champion is I've gotten very used to AWSD. I'm not sure I can play something other than Cyclone on Path of Exile 1, and by not sure I can play, not sure I want to play. Because with Cyclone, it'll feel a lot like AWSD, because I'll just be holding that fucking button down, you know what I mean? Just holding the one button and getting all that win. And one button win is what I'm all about. What boss we got? Who the fuck are you? Fucking dead, that's who you is. That felt like a Mjolnir build. That felt like a Mjolnir build. Ain't gonna lie, that felt like a Mjolnir build. All the monsters dead, all the delirium, BrEEECh, done and done. That is the build. It kind of works. I probably ought to curate this a little bit. Remove the fire only damage, maybe even remove the body armor and go far more offensive. But I'm gonna start preparing for the Path of Exile 1. I might do that when I get bored with Path of Exile 1. That is a build. Now what I haven't done is done the Path of Building. I don't really know how to use Path of Building for Path of Exile 2 just yet. Again, I'm not playing a lot of Path of Exile 2, simply because this is, I keep saying it's the worst version, but they actually they made an even worse version. Import. Oh, I have to authorize. See, I haven't been in here in a while. In the video, I'm just gonna open up Path of Building right now and import the build so I can put it in the thumbnail. Again, you can now return to the app. All right. Items and skills. And let's go to skills, and we're going to be taking a look at this, which I think, okay, that does give me damage. Let's enable Orb of Storms. Why not? Ray Shield, Mace Strike. Where is... Well, I'm not sure it works. Check for update. No updates available. Alright, it just doesn't look like it works. So I have no clue the deeps, but I'll put it in there anyways. Yeah, it looks like it's not working. I don't even see... I don't even see them. Oh well. Check it later.